If you're a younger person watching this and you feel a little bit insecure or like, I'm not that beautiful, just wait, okay? I didn't have my glow up until 30. And if you don't believe me, go look at some of my past videos. Like, I'm talking about the ones from 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Actually, don't, because I kind of resemble a bug. And that's putting it nicely. I never really thought of myself as being particularly beautiful, okay? I thought I was a cute kid. Like when I look back at baby pictures, I thought I was a pretty baby. Not gonna lie. I was very blonde with blue eyes and like big lips. I was kind of cute as a baby. But then, I don't know, something happened around puberty. And I think from puberty until like 30, which is now, I went through my awkward teenage phase, which in my case, for some reason, kind of looked like I was a teenage boy. I got bullied about being fat when I was young. Immediately, I felt this, oh, okay, yeah, I'm not desirable. I'm not beautiful. It's okay. What are you gonna do? So I just moved my focus onto other things, because I can't change that. I couldn't help it. And it's ironic because in my awkward teenage phase that I'm talking about, I actually look malnourished. I actually look too thin, like for my body type. I'm not talking for anyone else. But I think for my body type, I was too thin, and you could tell from my face. My face looked really skinny. And when you have kind of a masculine facial structure, the fat actually helps it look more feminine. Like facial fat is a very feminine feature to have. And the fact that I had like zero, the fact that I had none, I looked gaunt in my face. And I wasn't even that thin, but for my body, I think I was. So anyway, that's kind of ironic that like I didn't feel pretty growing up because I was too fat. And then I became super awkward looking because I was too thin. Fantastic. Great. Lose-lose either way. The funny part is my ex didn't even notice the glow up. And I know this because I straight up asked her recently. I was like, did you realize like how much better I look now than I did back then? And she went, no, I didn't notice any change. I just noticed you put on weight over the years. Like that's all she noticed. Okay. I would take it as an insult, but I genuinely think I look better now, so yeah, I put on weight, so what? It looks good on me. Like, I think if she didn't find me attractive now, I don't even think she found me attractive back then, so I'm not gonna argue with that. Yeah, okay, whatever. Because I didn't think I was particularly striking in any way, I didn't feel the urge to put any effort into my physical appearance. I compare it to a Christmas tree. If you find a Christmas tree that's kind of like scraggly looking, maybe it's just missing a bunch of branches, doesn't look that great, are you going to be inspired to get that tree and decorate it for Christmas? Probably not, And I felt like that scraggly tree that I didn't, like, okay, what's going to be the difference? I put the scraggly tree in a dress. Is it going to look any better? No. So what's the point? I just felt like it was a waste of my energy, to be honest. And that's why I never, I don't know, like my whole 20s was me dressing like a boy. So yeah, I also never learned about how to do makeup, anything like that, just anything to improve my physical appearance. It felt like a waste of time for me. So I just didn't, I would say I was working more on my invisible self, to quote my favorite TV show, The OA. If you haven't seen that show, please go watch it. It's amazing. It's on Netflix. Anyway, I was working on my invisible self. I think very few people can just feel your energy and judge you based off of that. Most people are not that deep. They're more superficial. They kind of just take one look at you and judge you for what they see. So that didn't quite work out in my favor, except I think in my most closest private relationships. We met when I was 19, so I was really awkward. But I think what she was attracted to was more my energy. What I made her feel by being with her. That's kind of what I mean by, I guess, invisible self is the part of you that people can only feel into in your presence. If you feel at ease, comfortable when you're alone, people can feel that. People can feel that in your presence. Think about being around a really anxious dog. Like, you do feel uncomfortable in that energy. So it's the same thing with people. I think the energy that you're able to cultivate within yourself, people do feel in your presence. So I do think it's an important part, but I wish I could go back and delete all my past videos. But I won't do that because I know it holds a different meaning for people. It was a part of my past. It was a part of my history. I just call it my awkward teenage phase, okay? Yeah, it was my entire 20s, but let's call it that. And I genuinely, I can't recognize myself. Like, I look back at that version of myself and I think, what? Like, that was me? And it wasn't me, that's the issue. It was my masked version. It was a version of me that I was trying to be to please other people. I recently, very recently, in the past 1.5, 2 years, realized that I was autistic, started consciously unmasking and letting myself, like, just giving myself the permission to be my unmasked self, which does come across more autistic, which is fine because I am autistic. It's almost like trying to dress your body to not appear like let's say I have broad shoulders. It's like trying to dress your body to appear like I have narrow shoulders. People are going to be able to tell I have broad shoulders anyway, so what's the point? What's the point in masking? Just own it, you know? So yeah, when I gave myself permission to finally be myself, I think that's the first time I was able to see in myself something that I liked, which was crazy to me. It's almost like I saw my child self again within me, which I think is your true self. And yeah, it's the first time I really felt like, oh wait, maybe there is something worth sharing here. Like, there is something kind of pretty here. Maybe I can do something about my outward appearance to make myself look a little bit better. Looks maxing, if you will. But it was like baby steps. Baby steps, okay? I'm talking, this color looks terrible on me. Maybe I should get rid of that t-shirt. I figured out what colors work on me and what colors don't. I got some clothes that I felt more comfortable in. That also helped with the autistic thing, because sensory issues. Most of my wardrobe is just oversized cotton t-shirts because I feel the most comfortable in that. So I'm respecting what makes me feel like me. This year is the first year I started dressing up as a girl. And I did this intentionally because I wanted to feel pretty. I genuinely feel like a fake girl sometimes because I had to me it was as unnatural as dressing up as an animal, like for Halloween. You know how much mental energy you would put into dressing up as an animal for Halloween and how awkward and fake it would feel? That is genuinely how it felt like for me to dress up like a girl. I don't know how that works. I swear to God, I'm a girl. I swear. Check my birth certificate. It says female. Blame it on the autism, right? Anyway, so yeah, this I studied. It was like a course. I studied people with my body type and what kind of clothes look better on them, and I tried them on my body and I realized, wait, this actually looks good. I learned how to do a little bit of makeup from femboys, because I figured I kind of have a masculine looking face. Makeup is going to look weird on me, like I'm going to look like a drag queen. But I realized they look good, so I thought, they look good. Maybe I can look good too. It's all about finding reference points that are kind of similar to you. My body type, my face type, try to look smacks based off of references that are kind of similar to you. That was part of my glow up. I gave myself a nice little layered haircut, like get some volume going. There are things about myself that I can't change. I have a very masculine kind of profile, I think. If there's something about me that I can't change, right? If I can improve it, if I can change it, sure, I'll give it a shot, Oh, I did some teeth whitening too. You know those kits on Amazon with like the UV lamp? Those actually work really great. But like, if there's something about me, if there's something about my looks that I can't change, I refuse to feel insecure about it at this point in my life. Like, I refuse. Because feeling insecure about something about yourself that you can't change is so unproductive. All it does is make you feel terrible about yourself, and then the people around you have this added pressure to make you feel better about yourself, which is such an exhausting thing to do. Have you ever tried to give a compliment to somebody who just doesn't think they're pretty? It's so exhausting. Like, how many times can you tell a person, no, you actually look really cute, you actually look really pretty, oh, I actually really like this about you and that about you. But if they can't feel it, it's a waste of energy at one point, and you will stop at one point. You will be like, okay, I see you as cute and pretty, but if you can't see it, there's nothing I can do. Like, there's nothing I can do to help you at that point. It's an individual journey, right? Based off of that logic, yeah, there are things I still feel insecure about, or things that I feel like might make people perceive me as ugly or unattractive, or tell me that I look like a man. I get those comments a lot on my live streams, okay? But again, is it something I can change? No? Okay, I refuse to feel insecure about it. I just refuse. I hate that energy in other people, and I hate feeling that way. So like, fuck it. I'm just gonna focus on the parts of me that I think are cute, that I think are pretty, try to emphasize those parts with, makeup, clothes, whatever. The rest is like up to God. I was given what I was given, and genuinely, this is my glow up. And if you don't think I'm like particularly good looking, yeah, it is what it is. Like, this is my glow up era. I looked way worse back then, so don't even. I almost don't want to mention those videos, because I don't want people to go back and look at me from 7-8 years ago. I was not very good looking. Anyway, whatever. It's always a reminder to stay humble, I guess. Although I think humility is overrated. I think if you can feel like a bad bitch, you should focus on that and like feel like a bad bitch. Because again, like, confidence is attractive, and feeling good about yourself makes other people feel better around you, because they don't have the added pressure of trying to make you feel better about yourself. That's what I've learned in my life anyway, from interacting with a lot of girls who are all insecure. Why is this a girl thing? Why do men get to be so cocky when they're so ugly? And girls are like the most beautiful little fairies, the most beautiful, majestic creatures on this planet, and they all feel insecure. They all feel ugly. I wish it wasn't like that. I genuinely wish every single girl could just never feel insecure ever again. That would be amazing. So, obviously it's not all about looks. Being a kind human is important. How you're able to love somebody, how you're able to make somebody feel cared for, loved, and seen, that's important. I think honestly that's why I was able to get my ex, because like I said, I kind of look like a bug. So it's not that she chose me for my looks. I clearly made her feel loved in some way, which I did love her, so it's not like I did it on purpose. I genuinely liked her and cared about her. Anyway, this is all to say that if you are young, especially if you're a young female or female presenting human, and you feel kind of awkward, not that pretty, like, just wait, okay? Just wait. Let time do its thing to your face. Like, some of us have to grow into our faces, okay? Actually, my face grew, but in a good way. Like, my jawbone didn't stop developing until my late 20s, when my wisdom teeth came in. So just wait. Just wait until you go through your second puberty. That's what they call it, right? Like your late 20s, you have your second puberty. I swear it's a thing. I swear it's a thing. I had such a glow up. I got such feminine looking curves in my late 20s. And even that I felt insecure about. Even that, because I put on weight all of a sudden out of nowhere. And I was like, what the hell is going on? But I put it all in places that are very like estrogenic. And then I felt insecure about it because I thought, I'm a woman, I'm supposed to be skinny. Bitch. Like, if I could go back to my past self who was going through that transition, I felt like crap. And my partner wasn't helping because she was like, oh yeah, I noticed you put on weight. Thanks. Yeah, it's not like I noticed. My pants aren't fitting. I went up 2 pant sizes and my top stayed the same size. That's on estrogen. That's not on me. Anyway, second puberty. It's a real thing. Late 20s. Just wait for it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.